all together.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. We've reached part 3 of our reaction to 12th Fail. If you haven't seen the first 2 parts, why don't you go ahead and watch those and then come back and watch this. Also, if you want to watch the whole movie along with us, you can do that on our Patreon or on YouTube memberships. Just be aware that you will need to have your own copy of the movie in order to watch along with us. I just want to make that clear. And before we jump in, if you've been enjoying this, please don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon, all notifications, and upvote this video. I don't think I introduced you. Everyone knows you. You're Jabby Koay, whatever.
I'm wallpaper at this boy. It's all good.
All right, let's jump into part 3. Here we go. Oh God, that's his dad. No. I'm scared.
हेलो श्रद्धा, मेरा मेंस क्लियर हो गया.
Congratulations, बेटा.
वो घर पे नहीं है. मैं उसे कहती हूँ तुम्हें फोन करने के लिए.
She's lying.
आपने झूठ क्यों बोला उसे?
Yeah, the classism had to kick in at some point.
हेलो.
हेलो, मनोज. Congratulations.
अच्छा तुम दिल्ली आ रही हो ना मेरे इंटरव्यू के लिए?
नहीं, मैं नहीं आ पाऊंगी मनोज. किसी ने मेरे पापा को फोन करके कह दिया that I was sleeping with you in Delhi.
क्या?
ऐसा कौन कर सकता है श्रद्धा? और
Oh no.
तुम अपने पापा से एक बार मेरी बात करा दो, मैं उनसे सब कुछ.
तुम ये सब छोड़ो. तुम सिर्फ अपने इंटरव्यू पे फोकस करो.
Yeah, don't mess it up, dude. You've come so far.
It sounds like she still has his back.
Yeah, 100%.
हेलो.
पांडे किधर है तू?
ओए, वो तेरे किसी दोस्त का फोन आ गया. आजा भाई इसको जल्दी लेने.
हेलो, कौन बोल रहा है?
Oh, shit.
जल्दी आजा.
No.
मुखर्जी नगर थाने आजा.
He's the one that called.
Yeah, duh, that's what I said.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I was so focused on what was happening in the
Yeah.
movie. Sorry. I was just like engrossed in it. I didn't even process what you said.
बताइए क्या किया इसने?
हाँ तो ये पब्लिक में चिल्ला चिल्ला के गालियां दे रहा था.
किसी को मारा?
मारने का वेट करता क्या मैं?
तो आईपीसी के किस सेक्शन के अंडर अरेस्ट करा आपने?
Oh, look at him using his knowledge.
नॉन कॉग्निजेबल ऑफेंस के लिए बिना वारंट के अरेस्ट करना और प्रॉपर्टी डैमेज का बिना एविडेंस के फाइन लेना दोनों इलीगल है. पता ही होगा आपको. घूसखोरी कर रहा है तो इस कुर्सी पे बैठ के.
अबे जबान बहुत ज्यादा चला रहा है तो.
चलाना शुरू कहाँ किया अब तक? चंबल का हूँ, समझा?
अबे
एक आई विटनेस के सामने ना तू घूसखोरी कर रहा है. 3000 रुपए घूस भी खाई है इसने.
वापस कर. अरे सर वापस कर. पहली बार मैंने पुलिस को रुपए वापस करते हुए देखा है यार.
Okay, you shut up.
कमाल कर दिया.
फोन देना अपना 1 मिनट.
Oh yeah, check the number.
को फोन करेगा ना.
Check the number.
कर ले भाई, बात कर ले जितनी करनी है. ये जरूर बता दी जो तूने सब बोला है. नॉन कंजेनेबल और ये क्या आईपीसी की सेक्शन में किया मुझे.
क्या है ये? तूने किया था ना फोन?
गलती हो. ओके.
आज के बाद अपना मुंह मत दिखाना, समझा?
इतना भी ट्रस्ट नहीं है मुझ पे.
नहीं बेटा, I trust you.
No मम्मी, he used to trust me.
I still trust you, बेटा.
No पापा, you don't. मैं चाहूँ तो अभी उठ के दिल्ली जा सकती हूँ. लेकिन मैं ऐसा कभी नहीं करूँगी. Because I'll never break your trust, पापा.
All right.
I guess it wasn't necessarily the classism that bothered him.
Yeah, maybe.
पहनना पड़ेगा टाई.
भैया इंटरव्यू में एक टाई पहनने से कुछ नहीं होगा.
फिर वही बात.
टाई पहन लेंगे उससे थोड़ी ना सिलेक्शन हो जाएगा.
पहननी पड़ेगी.
Aww.
डिप्टी कलेक्टर समझाएगी तो समझेगा. बाल वाल भी कटवा देना.
थैंक यू गौरी भैया.
Aww, their relationship is so wholesome.
रात भर शराब पीता और दिन भर सोया रहता. मुझे खुद भी नहीं मालूम था कि मेरी जिंदगी किस मोड़ पे आ गई थी. ऐसे वक्त में मनोज वापस मेरी जिंदगी में आया.
Oh,
Wow.
look at him.
तुझे थैंक यू करने आया हूँ. अगर तू नहीं होता तो मैं यहाँ तक कभी पहुँच ही नहीं पाता.
बैठ यार.
अरे नहीं बैठ नहीं सकता, मेरा इंटरव्यू है.
इंटरव्यू से पहले मिलने के लिए.
Don't ruin your outfit. It's all pressed.
Yeah.
I would have seen him after the interview, personally.
He's a nice guy.
सॉरी यार, वो तुम्हारे पापा को फोन नहीं करना चाहिए था मुझे.
अरे अगर तुम फोन नहीं करते ना तो पापा कभी नहीं कहते आई ट्रस्ट यू, जा दिल्ली.
ये क्या है?
नहीं, मेरे सामने नहीं. अकेले में पढ़नी.
Oh God. Do you read it before you do the interview or after? Like,
After. You
what
don't
if-
need that distraction. God, to come so far and then like this one extra step that you got to deal with. It's just like, dang, man. You know how that guy told him he can't do it?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that. You need that wall that you have to punch through so you can keep going forward.
Well, it depends on the type of person you are, right? But yeah, for some people that works really well to motivate.
Tawheed Raza.
Oh, his name was called.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Manoj Kumar Sharma.
यस सर
12th में ड्रॉप ईयर लिया था?
नहीं सर, पहले साल फेल हो गया था।
So honest.
तेरा चेयरमैन डॉक्टर मेहता है, उसे हिंदी मीडियम वाले वैसे पसंद नहीं, इसलिए अंदर गलती से भी मत बोल दी हो कि फेल हो गया था।
No, he's gonna tell the truth.
This is Mr. Manoj Kumar Sharma. He's from Bilgaon. That's in Chambal. He has a first division in class 10th. And आप 12th में फेल हुए थे?
जी सर, फेल हुआ था।
आप फेल कैसे हुए?
बस यही बोल दियो कि दादा या दादी का देहांत हो गया था।
Tell the truth.
हमारे गांव में एक नए डीएसपी सर आए थे, दुष्यंत सिंह सर। उन्होंने चीटिंग रोक दी थी और सारा स्कूल फेल हो गया था।
चीटिंग रोक दी? Anyways, thank you for your time.
No, come on. This is the speech moment. Come on, you didn't get this far.
मनोज 2 मिनट वेट कीजिएगा बाहर।
God, I really thought there was going to be that moment where he's like, well.
What a great reveal. I forgot all about
Yeah.
मनोज, तुम चाहे IPS ऑफिसर बनो या चक्की में काम करो, मैं सारी जिंदगी तुम्हारे साथ बिताना चाहती हूँ। Will you marry me, मनोज?
that. Oh my God.
Yeah, take the tie off. Come on, boy.
आपने चीटिंग के बारे में क्यों बताया? आप झूठ भी बोल सकते थे।
मेरा मन नहीं माना मैम।
तो अगले साल पास कैसे हुए? टीचर्स ने फिर से चीटिंग करवाई?
जी मैम, और सबने चीटिंग की पर मैंने नहीं की। सबकी फर्स्ट डिवीजन आई और मेरी थर्ड, लेकिन मैं सबसे ज्यादा खुश था सर। उस दिन समझ आया कि ईमानदारी की थर्ड डिवीजन बेईमानी के फर्स्ट डिवीजन से कहीं ज्यादा खुशी देती है। हमारे प्रिंसिपल साहब इसे जमी जमाई व्यवस्था कहते हैं, और ये जो व्यवस्था है ये कभी खत्म नहीं होगी, हमेशा चलती रहेगी। गरीब अगर अनपढ़ रहेगा तभी तो भेड़ बकरियों की तरह इन नेताओं के इशारों पे चलता रहेगा। यही अनपढ़ लोग इनका वोट बैंक हैं जो धर्म और जात के नाम पे वोट देते आए हैं। अब जनता अगर पढ़ लिख गई तो नेताओं के लिए बड़ी समस्या हो जाएगी। नहीं,
I think you're in the wrong chamber. With such provocative statements, you should aim for a career in politics.
उसका मतलब आप प्लीज हिंदी में समझा सकते हैं?
आप बातें तो बहुत बड़ी बड़ी करते हैं, लेकिन सिंपल इंग्लिश भी नहीं समझ सकते। I don't think you fit in here.
No sir, I do fit.
You said you fit. Now convince me you fit.
थोड़ा पानी पी सकता हूँ प्लीज? स्टील के ग्लास में मिल सकता है, कांच के ग्लास में पीने की आदत नहीं है।
ग्लास से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
मैं भी तो वही कह रहा हूँ सर कि पानी साफ होना चाहिए बस, फिर चाहे वो स्टील के ग्लास में हो या कांच के। वैसे ही ऑफिसर साफ होना चाहिए, फिर चाहे वो इंग्लिश बोले या हिंदी। और अगर मुझे मौका मिलेगा तो मैं आपको आश्वासन देता हूँ कि गांव के पूरे जिले में कहीं चीटिंग नहीं होगी।
You really feel a 12th fail is better than an IIT topper?
Maybe not better sir, but I am more deserving.
How can you say that?
माउंट एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ने वाले पहले इंसान सर एडमंड हिलरी थे, लेकिन आंग्रीटा पहले शेरपा थे जिन्होंने एवरेस्ट बिना ऑक्सीजन सपोर्ट के चढ़ा था। और मेरे विचार में उनका बिना सपोर्ट के चढ़ना ज्यादा बड़ी बात है, और मैं भी यहां तक सर बिना ऑक्सीजन सपोर्ट के पहुंचा हूं।
Mr. Sharma, let me tell you one last thing. If Sir Edmund Hillary had not found the way, your Sherpa would have never reached the peak. Anyways, I'm done with it. Anyone else?
ये आपका कौन सा अटेम्प्ट है?
लास्ट अटेम्प्ट है मैम।
और सिलेक्ट नहीं हुए तो?
अगर मेरा सिलेक्शन नहीं होता है तो मैं गांव जाके टीचर बनूंगा और बच्चों को पढ़ाऊंगा कि चीटिंग छोड़नी होगी, और अगर वो उस उम्र में ये बात समझ जाएंगे तो जीवन में कभी चीटिंग नहीं करेंगे। If I cannot be the sun that lights up the earth, if I cannot be the sun that shines upon the earth, I can still be a lamp and light up my street.
Be a lamp. You may go now.
Oh God, he's hard to read.
Waste of time. Such arrogance.
Oh God.
मुझे मेहता का वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम अभी भी सुनाई दे रहा है। नहीं होगा।
Oh my god.
नहीं होगा तो साथ में आटा चक्की चला ले।
Dang, she is truly ride or die.
Yeah.
That guy was a jerk, but like, it seemed like the other people at the table were interested in him.
Like maybe if they fought for him.
Yeah, it's like a 4-1 vote.
आई थिंक ऐसी नीयत वाले कमी मिलते हैं डॉक्टर मेहता। आएगा तो पुलिस की इमेज सुधार देगा।
सेलेक्ट नहीं करेंगे तो इस एग्जाम का फायदा ही नहीं।
पत्थर की छाती में उग आया लम्हा, झरे सब पीले पात, कोयल की कूक रात, प्राची में अरुणिमा की रेख।
Oh, everybody here.
A 12th grade, a toilet sweeper, a aata chakki boy. Arey, and my friend is an IPS topper, Manoj Kumar Sharma. Manoj IPS बन गया। चाची, Manoj IPS बन गया। अरे कितने
I can't take it. Oh, fuck. It's too emotional. I'm wrecked. I'm fucking wrecked. I can't with this movie. Oh, God.
जी पापा बन गए हो। उस चौहान से बोलने की उसने कहा कि इसके बाप से पंगा लो।
Go tell him, Daddy. Lady, you can piss right
lady.
off. F you, lady.
बस बोलने और डिसाइड से पढ़ेंगे।
3 साल पहले आपने मुझसे एक सवाल पूछा था कि क्या ये बड़े बड़े स्टार लोग वही तंबाकू खाते हैं जो तुम्हें बेचते हैं। आज मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ किसमें गलत है। सर।
Does he recognize him?
आपने मुझे पहचाना नहीं सर। मैं वही लड़का हूँ जिसको आपने कहा था कि चीटिंग छोड़नी हो। मैंने चीटिंग छोड़ दी सर। Yes, sir.
सर।
Wow.
तो भैया ये है चंबल। हाँ, वही डाकुओं वाला। ये है मनोज की बारात जो जा रही है मसूरी।
It's run out of battery.
Oh, that's the politician.
That's the mayor, yeah. Oh, wow.
Golly.
What a film.
I don't think an ending like that has gotten me since like Secret Superstar. That messed me up.
Can I have a new tissue, please? Yeah. Dang. Well, I see now why this was kind of like, I don't know, like an underground hit or something.
I love this movie, and it has... This is very premature to say, but for me, it's my new favorite Indian film. And dare I say, just like one of my favorite films of all time. You know, it's like up there for with Whiplash for me, just because of just like how much it did to me and where it took me and the way it's shot, the sound design, the music, the acting, the writing, all across the board. I don't know if I'm missing anything because it's in Hindi for the most part, but just like it did so many things to me and moved me in so many different ways. It was firing on all cylinders in a way that I just didn't see coming, which is also another element because I didn't know anything about this going into it. So I just love this movie so much. Like I immediately, as soon as we're done with this, want to hit up like Raw 2.0 and be like, you gotta watch this movie. It's so good.
Yeah, in a time when there are a lot of movies that come out that are mid in storytelling, in acting, in cinematography, all of that. It's like there's so many movies that we watch and enjoy that are just passable.
Yeah.
This one really stands out because not only is it an incredible, uplifting story with brilliant acting from everyone involved, but like you said, you know, there's so much going on with the creativity and the cinematography, the music, the sound, all of that. Like it's a complete piece of cinema.
Yeah.
In the truest and best sense of the word.
Yeah. I think that there were a total of 3 shots in the film where I'm like, I don't know why you did that way. Outside of that, I thought it was brilliant. The way it was shot was so ambitious with these long takes, which are way more difficult to do because it requires way more strategy on the part of your actors who all have to not only be able to perform, but hit their marks. And that is actually way more complicated than it sounds. It's like there's a lot of staging involved, and it's like you got to do it again and again and again because these are long takes. I thought that it was not only ambitious, but he pulled it off for the most part in a very effective way. It really brought you into this world. Because of the acting, like I bought these characters as real people and felt everything along the way. From every single setback, I felt like that was our collective setback with this dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Vikrant Massey did an amazing job. I don't think I've ever watched him in anything where I haven't liked him. He's been brilliant in everything I've seen, but you know, like his build, because he's a little, smaller, skinnier guy, and he has a sense of vulnerability about him that is just inherent to who he is, and he's able to use that in his instrument in such an amazing way that, like, you really feel for him. You completely buy him as that.
Yeah. Everything he was doing, there's a lot of subtlety. And that is also thanks to the director.
Vidhu Vinod Chopra?
Yeah, Vidhu Vinod Chopra. So I'm going to call him VVC for the time being, just because that's easier for me to say. There were so many subtle things throughout the film where it's like, if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it. Like, there's this instance of the main female lead seeing where our main dude works, and it's like a flour mill. And she looks around, and it's like, it goes quick. But if you're paying attention, you catch it. She's just like taking this all in, and it's not big. There's not a whole thing, a song and dance made about it. There's not a whole bunch of dialogue about it. It's just like, it's a lot of subtle moments. There's a part in the film where our main character realizes that there's someone who's no longer in his life, and he asks a question like, where is this person?
Yeah.
And the other character doesn't answer. It's like there's the impulse I've seen so many times where the other character goes on a whole dissertation.
Yeah.
So much dialogue was just taken out in favor of realness and subtlety, and I so appreciate that, and it's like so refreshing to see. What was the film I watched where the guy was like fighting for, his best friend was getting married?
The name's fallen out in my head. You didn't watch it with me, but I know the one you're talking about.
But like, I remember watching that film going, there is just too much being spelled out here, and people like fighting me in the comments about it. I saw everything that I wanted to see in a film here. You know, everything I would want out of a movie, this movie did. Creative in terms of the camera work. It was creative in terms of the staging. It brought me into this world and helped me to understand exactly what the stakes are right away. The character had so many setbacks and was literally like crawling to the finish line with that John McClane thing. And the world kept trying to kick him down, and he just kept pushing forward. Like, he had so many like nice little arcs throughout the film. The family stuff, like, that's just easy on me, dude. Like, it got me. It was so effective.
I agree with all of that.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think it's such an important story as well, with just how uplifting it is, but also it's just important to remember that, like, you need to be this person. Like, we need to have more of this type of guy to help us, make better choices and to change the system from within. And it also shines a light on all of the different obstacles in his path that stop him and people like him from having opportunities to, get these government positions and do good for their community and for India as a whole.
Yeah. I was like halfway through the film, I'm like, this might be my new favorite movie. And I'm like, oh God, if you could just stick the landing, I'll be all right. And they stuck it so well. I was feeling myself cry, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is like a real cry. I'm having a real bad cry here. I need to like hide. This is not good. Like when something
out,
when something like really like gets you, it's like the way you felt, I guess, with 96, it's like that's how I was starting to feel, and I'm just like, oh no.
I mean, I felt that. I felt that too.
Yeah.
It was a lot, you know. It's like they did such a good job of making us really care for our protagonist that when he succeeds, we feel like we're one of his friends who are standing by him and being like, yes, man, you did it.
Well,
you know, like we feel so invested in the story.
I think I go a step further. It's like when he succeeds, it felt like I succeeded because you're kind of vicariously living through the main character.
Yeah.
And so everything he does wrong or does right, you're sort of feeling it with him. And the thing is, he's not perfect, right? There are things he does that he feels like a human being.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that lacks a lot in movies and shows today. It's like they don't feel like people sometimes. He feels like a person, but it's still done in the confines of this story in a very, very effective way. You know, where it has, because sometimes what happens is like you get stuff in movies where people are like, oh, that's what happened in real life. It's like, yeah, but real life's boring. Like you have to cultivate and craft an interesting story. And I think they lent enough of real life in here to make it as effective as possible. You know, and it was like, it didn't overstay its welcome either. Like this movie has no fat on it. Like everything in this movie is so important. It's like you take something out, it falls apart. Everything was key. And the relationships he builds along the way, even though I could kind of predict where certain things were going to go, I still felt all of it. You know, it was all very meaningful to me.
I mean, he was so lucky as well in a certain way. I mean, obviously he made his own luck, like he made his own destiny by working really hard.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of support along the way, you know, with his friend Pandy, who was the first one to give him an opportunity and was like, okay, fine, I'll take you to Delhi and let you stay with me and stuff like that, and kind of helped him along. But, you know, he had his girlfriend, he had Gauri, his mentor, who helped him along the way. But I love that notion of like, you know, if we can just get one person to succeed, then the herd wins along with him as well. You know, there's a lot of power in that.
Well, I think what you're talking about is just sheer, raw, unfiltered passion. It's just so much passion, like, because you see what the stakes are right away. The movie kicks you off perfectly because, like, there's so much at stake with his family. He's just trying to save them, basically.
Yeah.
You know, the goal is clear and it's easy to follow. You see what he goes through halfway through the journey, and it's like, God, this feels like so impossible, you know? Like the amount of hours he was working.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, studying. And it's like how many hurdles are in his way. And then on top of that, what you just mentioned, which is like just the classism, you know, like where he's coming from, what he has to do, the fight he has to do to get to where other privileged people already are like many steps ahead.
Well, I think like that's why it's so important as well, and maybe why it hit so hard with a lot of people, because, you know, if you're talking about, I don't know, I might be talking about out of my ass, so bear with me, people. But, you know, if you're talking about like the masses in India, a large part of the population are like him, you know, who come from a village, who have to struggle, who maybe feel like the best that they can do is be like a driver or a daily wage worker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he kind of represents all of those people, and it's such an inspiring story, but also it shows other people who are in a more privileged position, like a lot of his friends in the story, like just the amount of obstacles he had to go through, the hurdles he had to jump over just to be able to succeed, you know, like he had to work in a flour mill, which was awful. He cleaned toilets. He did everything that he had to do in order to reach his goal. And it's such an inspiring story, and to know that it's based on a true story as well, it's just like, wow.
Yeah, and I guess it's also just, it feels so harrowing because the movie very clearly depicts the odds that are against him.
Well, yeah, the system is not designed for him to succeed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in the elite echelons of society who look at him and immediately judge him and go, you're not as good as us. It's an uphill battle for him from the start.
The other thing I want to compliment, I don't know if I mentioned it already, is the editing in the movie. The editing was very, very sharp. It was very creative. Like there were certain moments, there was just poignant moments in how it cut. And there was also the resistance to cut too much. Sometimes it's easy to get scared that your audience is going to get bored and like just, you know, chop, 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 chop. But like, I thought that the editing was damn near perfect in this film. Vikrant Massey is such a good actor that like, I forget what part of the film it was, but I started having like these PTSD flashbacks of Mirzapur, of when he, of season 1, of how it ended. And I'm just like, oh God, I still feel that. Like, I was so mad at that show.
Yeah.
And it's because he did such a good job. He always does a good job.
Yes.
But across the board, like Medha Shankar, the main actress, and I mean, I could just name them all off. So all of y'all, if any of the cast is watching, you guys did a fantastic job in this film.
It.
Y'all, like everyone did their part perfectly. I felt it. I felt so many things along the way. I love this film. It's going to be like the new Indian film that I like. When people ask me, what should I watch? This is the film I'm going to recommend to people. I need to circle back to this with you guys, but this is my new favorite Indian film.
It's kind of like almost the new 3 Idiots.
I think I've seen that somewhere.
With less comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's very real.
Very real.
Yeah.
But kind of covering, you know, like talking about the education system as well. So it's like, you know, 3 idiots for this generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really up there for me with Whiplash, just because it's like Whiplash had that similar thing of like, this character really wants this thing and he is fighting through everything to get there.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's obsession, you know? I'm obsessed with winning this thing. And it's like, if I don't do this, the world ends. I'm so happy about this film. I'm so glad that you had me watch it. You guys, that's it. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Jabby Kuwait. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.